Well, because taking care of Harrison, you know what I mean, and watching this, like...
I thought you were like painting and taking.
No. What I'm saying is like it was just this movie. Like
that's a nice little tree. Right
like I thought I could watch this movie with my son, and then I realized this movie's not child appropriate for little kids.
It was better than some other movies.
I thought you'd seen it before.
No, he's the only one that's seen it.
This was my fifth time watching it.
I saw a trailer for it, and I was like, oh, well, I didn't know if this is Halloween or not, but I mean, it's a pastor that transforms. So, and like, thing is though, it's like I love how. Where were the woods at? Was it in like the woods? Just seemed like Pennsylvania.
The woods.
They were
in China.
The woods of Northern California.
Oh,
I'm gonna say this was near South Carolina.
Utica.
Because when looking at the hills and the stuff, it had a very Appalachia feeling.
Utica.
It's Appalachia.
So I'm thinking South Carolina.
The movie wouldn't lie to us. It was in China.
Oh, I mean,
yeah. Does it tell you where it was filmed?
I mean,
he's looking it up.
Is it a little filming locations here somewhere?
I mean, it could have been Oregon.
Or Utica.
Well, I think it's just such a
filming locations. Manhattan, New York City, New York, USA.
All right, I was very close.
I was pretty close. I said Pennsylvania.
The forests of Central Park.
I was close too with China.
You think they hurt real pandas in this?
Real pandas?
There's pandas in Velocipastor?
The Asian girl was getting run. Oh, she was getting attacked by ninjas. I'm sorry.
She was getting attacked.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
When were the pandas?
No. I'm very. I don't know why I keep thinking of pandas. Maybe it's because
I
just
really like
assume,
pandas.
You murdered a panda?
Well, no. I just re-saw Tropic Thunder.
Oh.
And there's that scene where Ben Stiller, you know what I mean, gets attacked by the panda. Yeah. And so.
We had pandas in Heat the one time.
And I guess I just where?
Elijah. That sounds really bad out of context. We were playing Heat, and Elijah said that Steve the cow was going to get eaten by pandas.
I did. And wild salmon.
And wild salmon.
But we are the Postermen, everybody.
Ba-da-bum-ba-dum-bum.
And we're still on spooky movies, I guess. The next two are actually kind of spooky-ish, I guess. We'll go with that. We'll just continue this month. I'll go with it. Falls into November.
The next one's kind of spooky-ish.
Well, none of our movies have been kind of spooky, so let's just go with it. The closest without going over is Cabin in the Woods.
Who do we have to blame about that? Blame that.
I started it.
What did you have a stroke? What did you just say? Who do we have to blame that?
Who does he have to blame for them not being spooky? Which is me.
Who do we have to blame?
You're telling me Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island wasn't spooky?
That's you hate horror movies. Why would I pick one bloody horror movie?
I'm
not complaining. You're the one that's complaining about it, and it's your fault.
No, I mean, like, wouldn't you be scared if you could see a Cajun man turn into a ripped pussycat?
Cajun man turned into a ripped pussycat.
This was the animated Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, yes. Scooby-Doo and Zombie Island.
I've never watched it.
The zombies were real.
Yeah.
Oh.
The monsters were real, Tyler.
But we felt sorry for the Confederates when we shouldn't have.
They really did make me feel really bad. Confederate soldiers. Yet again.
Oh, these poor Confederates.
But we picked another horror movie this month. I guess horror monster.
It was horrible to watch.
We'll say monster movie.
It's horrible to watch.
Creature feature.
Yeah.
This movie wasn't hard to watch.
Oh,
it was a delight.
No.
I do appreciate that me and Ken have differing opinions on this.
Yeah, we do.
Where I think it did not take itself seriously at all. Because it starts off instantly with, like, VFX car on fire.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
So I'm like,
parts.
They know this is a dumb movie, so they're just going to be, it's just going to be dumb the rest of the way through it.
Yeah. Well, you want to go, Ken?
No, I don't know. I just feel, I don't know. I guess I just didn't take it that way. I have a hard, I shouldn't say, I didn't like this movie enough to want to watch it again to try and figure out what the bleep tone it's actually going for. Because I don't know what the bleep tone it was going for. Was it trying to be funny or was it trying to be earnest? Because it felt like both.
So I thought this was gonna be like The Next Room, which is lightning in a bottle.
Well, the room is just lightning in the box.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's such a good movie, and I thought it's so bad that it's good. You know what I mean? Because in that movie, those guys, Tommy Wiseau, takes it so seriously. You know what I mean? That it's just such a great. It's just great. Like I feel like everybody's really trying to be an actor, and in this movie, sometimes I got lost. Sometimes I felt like they were like, okay, they like you said, they know it's a shitty movie, it's a joke. Then other times I felt like they were just trying to be so they were trying to act shittier than they needed to be.
One of the characters is literally named like what his name?
Frankie Mermaid.
That's why I was like, I feel that this movie is not taken. They put ninjas in it.
They had an Australian ninja.
And they literally were like, "These are the woods," and they just put the word China on there.
The one place where God will never go.
Do you think?
China!
It's ridiculous.
So stupid.
This is why I love the movie, because it's just stupid.
It's so... I just think that this movie just kind of was... Give the plot synopsis, Cat. Just do that while I try to think of the words. Because the complicated plot and cast list of this movie, you know. Complex stories.
Do it.
Hang on, I gotta click on the read all.
Okay. A Velocipastor.
Look, a doctor, lawyer.
After losing his parents, a priest travels to China, where he inherits After losing his parents, a priest travels to China, where he inherits a mysterious ability that allows him to turn into a dinosaur. At first, horrified by his new power, a hooker convinces him to use it to fight crime and ninjas.
Ninjas. That's the correct
It's crime, period, and ninjas, period.
It's the best.
Crime and ninjas.
So, use it to fight crime and ninjas. Just and ninjas.
Yeah, because there's ninjas in this movie for no reason. Drug dealing.
What are you talking about? They're from China.
Christian drug dealing ninjas.
Christian drug dealing Chinese ninjas.
That made a much more powerful version of the drug. We're gonna get everyone hooked. They come to church.
Got it.
We've done it.
I hated the fact that I had to read the villain monologue. I'm not gonna lie. I absolutely 100% own that I am a slow reader, which is one of the reasons why I effing hate subtitles. I can almost never read.
Oh boy, I know what next week's gonna be.
Fast enough. Thankfully, the dialogue is sparse enough in that movie that it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it's a little slower, but
I can almost never read persistently fast enough during long dialogue strains to keep up. I always lose a half a sentence here, a word there. You know, like I can't read fast enough to keep up. And so the fact that the villain is explaining his master, his harebrained, whatever the bleep, I don't understand it because none of this movie is thought out.
what?
Well, that sounded like, what was that movie, 21 Jump Street?
What?
I would
That's what he
first like to be
sounded
amazed that you've actually seen 21 Jump Street.
No, that's 22 Jump Street.
I'm still amazed that he's seen
22
any
Jump
of them.
Street, yeah.
That's impressive that you remember that one.
What are you doing?
That explains why I don't remember it because I didn't see 22 Jump
Yeah.
Street.
They're undercover, and I'm about to say Elijah Wood. What's his face?
Channing Tatum or Jonah Hill?
Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill is speaking Spanish. Hey, Vato, tell him about the summers with your uncle.
He's not talking. What is?
Oh, that's such a great scene. Oh.
It's an inside joke for one person.
For one person that listens to the podcast.
Does Dylan listen to the podcast?
Every now and then.
Yep. If he listens to this one, he'll see
I'll
Velocipastor.
force him to listen because I'll tell him he's
You're
mentioned.
gonna fucking die, Lewis.
What?
That's Lewis.
Oh, not Lewis. I'm sorry. I love you.
What?
Lewis.
That's Lewis.
Not Lewis.
What? That was just so random. You're gonna fucking die, Lewis! Oh, I meant Dylan is what I meant. Sorry.
So much yelling.
It's from... Because the headphones are off.
Well, it's like the third time Lewis has shouted.
Well, I mean, I just screamed really loud that I was going to murder him. So, it's an understanding. That might have been some hate and anger from when you spilled water on my crotch that just kind of flowed out of me. But we'll move on.
But Ken has... My favorite part is Ken looked to go with the posterman theme. Ken looked at the poster for the movie and saw that it has this very good, well-rendered CGI dinosaur on it. And Ken goes, I wish it looked like that in the movie.
I thought it was going to.
Yeah. And you think it's going to, and then they don't show you the dinosaur until the very end. All they show you is the claw and eye peering off.
A really bad, obviously, like, puppet costume head.
Oh, yeah. And then all of a sudden, there's just this...
After the first...
2 feet puppet costume.
After the first dinosaur kill, I was like, if this is not an inflatable dinosaur outfit, I'm not going to be happy.
That's all I wanted. I thought you were...
But I have...
It was sounded really eloquent, Ken. I was with you.
I have 2 parts in this movie I want to talk about.
Okay.
There's one of them. I hope one of them's the part I want to talk about.
The first part is when Father Stewart talks about the war. What war? We don't know.
Vietnam.
They mentioned Vietnam.
It was Vietnam?
Yeah,
Okay.
Vietnam.
I never paid that much attention. I just heard him say the war, and you know, there's Father Stewart in a wig.
And his wife. And his wife just comes running across the field.
And Allie.
Blows up.
That dies, but is now like the what are the exorcist, the black magic exorcist.
You weren't supposed to know that.
Heavy-handed backstory.
When you have your
AK-47s and sawed-off shotguns weren't standard issue. Yes, the jungles of Vietnam, aka the forests of California.
New York.
Or New York, as we learned.
yeah. I want you to name your kid after me. And when little Ollie looks at you, you smile just like this. And smiles, get shot, dies. And I'm like, it has to happen. And as soon as he said it, I'm like, Ollie's gonna die.
100%. As soon as anything happened in Vietnam, like the only person that makes it out is the father.
And I'm like,
Yeah, and then the wife
random
randomly
wife
shows up.
She runs up. Oh, honey.
I'm like,
And she stands
as soon as I saw her, I'm like, oh, she's dead. She runs up and explodes in front of him.
I love the other
And I'm
2
like,
soldiers just like don't care. They're like, another lady just
Another
ran.
landmine. Damn things are everywhere. Well, nothing we can do for her now.
Well, obviously not.
He's just standing there like this.
It's like, and then he's like walking through the streets of like New York somewhere, and it looks like downtown Carlisle.
I
thought he was out back at J&W Music.
I did think it looked like.
He's walking down the streets as him walking. He's like, when I got back to States, I tried my hand at clergy. Cut!
Guys, I have a question.
Yes.
Ooh!
How is it
Yes.
that a man of the cloth and a lady of the night are able to fight off 3 well-trained, highly experienced
Because-
ninjas caught by surprise?
Well, I'll tell you what, because one, Jesus always has the Father's back. You know what I mean? He's protected by the Lord.
Jesus saves, Ken. Jesus saves.
And also, I believe hookers get into it all the time. So they're probably, I mean, they're the ladies on the streets. You know what I mean? They're the rats. They're human. You know what I mean?
Get into it all the time.
You're telling me you're not dealing with dirty deeds? You're going through back
Guns are
alleys.
cheap.
I'm pretty sure they've run into a couple hobos just walking down the street, being like, "Give me some shit," and they'd be like, "You know, that's just me."
Then she could take it out Frankie Mermaid.
So, but see, the problem is that like Frankie Mermaid, he's a pimp.
He's on fire.
And he's also got some muscle.
And he's also drowning in bitches.
There was a training montage.
There was a training montage. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but the training montage was mostly just working out. It wasn't punching and kicking and
And a high five!
Is that where the sexually charged high five happens?
Yes.
Sexually charged.
I was looking over my notes.
It happened at the
That
end
was
of the...
one sexually
I remembered...
charged high five. Sexually tense high five.
Yep,
That's
that
what
is
I
what-
I
Workout
remembered the
montage.
other thing I wanted to bring up.
Oh yay! What was it?
The high five
I'm so happy.
jogged the memory. The Brady Bunch pictures with the movie being played really, really, really fast. Through it.
What you talking about, Willis?
Yep.
What?
Huh?
What movie did we watch where they showed you the whole movie before the movie started?
Momentum.
A lot of them.
Where like they just sped up the movie really quickly, so it was like frames of the movie.
Remember.
Premium Rush.
No.
But like in the montage, like they did the like quote unquote sex scene.
Frau Booker.
But they did like the little picture boxes with a grid around them, like
Yeah,
Brady
weird-
Bunch style.
Weird multi-panel sex scene. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have that here.
But in between that,
With
they
weird
would
music.
pause
Oh.
and show you part of the movie up until the point really, really fast.
Oh. So what other movie does that?
It was
a flashback of their memories
Yeah.
and their deep emotional connection
It
as
was,
established over the course of this movie because their love is true love,
Well, I mean-
not just sexy love.
Dinosaur in Hooker Doctor Lawyer Love.
Exactly.
Sir Hooker, Dr. Lawyer Love.
Doug kills his brother gleefully, like just bathes in his brother's blood, like woo, and like has this really like insane grin on his face, like dude, you just killed your brother.
He obviously didn't matter to anybody.
You're not okay. This should not be okay. But all the while,
the only
Carol
child.
is in the background
Dead.
fighting off ninjas.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, this guy shows up with a sword, walks towards her, holds the sword above his head and goes and swipes it at her, and she takes it right across the chest. I'm like, what?
She's a hooker.
She's a fighter, not a swordsman.
She's a lady of the night. She's a lady of the night. She deals with that shit all the time.
Yeah, she does! She eats the hit. She should have gotten away. She should have ducked. She should have dodged.
She was
should
tired.
have dodged, ducked, dipped, dodged, dodged. Like, come on.
She should have.
This movie has brought me so much joy to this podcast.
Also, minor pet peeve, it should be called Velocipriest, not Velocipastor.
It's true.
Velocipastor.
Not a full-blown priest. You're right.
Not anymore. He got his
Well-
dick wet.
Priests, Catholics have priests, Protestants have pastors. He's a Catholic, it's a priest.
Yeah. Yeah, Tyler got it.
I don't care.
And, you know, like, all the religious ease in this movie is awful. All of it.
Well, of course, it's all
All of it.
awful.
It's like the person who wrote this script has never actually,
Enter church.
like, done serious church things ever.
He's like, you know what they do
Look,
in church in this thing? Here, we'll just do
Frankie
this.
Mermaid dying in confession was great.
Well, yeah, that sequence is hilarious. Because Frankie Mermaid, the two scenes of Frankie Mermaid are funny.
So the pimp randomly comes to confession in the church in front of which he blew up a car, confesses to blowing up a car,
There was that priest outside. He just
and
was like,
the priest that he confessed to, his parents were killed in the...
he was crying like...
That's one heck of a contrivance.
It is. If you do all that bad shit there, what was it? It's like it's like Tony Soprano. He would go and just confess all the stuff he did.
And then he gets.
Yeah,
And
but
hope that it got rid of it. Hope that it would get rid of the sins of it.
To the psychiatrist.
Like, hey, you know what I did? I painted a bunch of swastikas on the front of your church. Do you go to that church and confess that you vandalized the church?
If you're Frankie Mermaid, you probably do.
Yeah.
Because he's on fire!
Because he's drowning in bitches, Ken.
That's right.
Okay, I'm done. I've had enough.
Alright.
Time for
You
robot
guys
punches.
can keep talking about this
Nope.
if you want. I'm gonna
Nope,
shut up.
let's go. Let's just do this.
I'm confused now. Are we doing
Robot
robot
punches.
Okay.
Robot punches.
you go first before we'll just go down. We'll go Ken last. He's the one with the bottom
Are
barrel.
you ready for this, Ken?
Sure, yeah,
I'm
go
ready
ahead.
for Tyler's 5.
I'm going.
If you want to give it a 4 3/4, go ahead. I don't care.
I must have break.
Fine. You can like whatever you like. I don't care.
I'm giving it 4 5/4.
5.25.
4 and 5.
5.25 out of 5. Everybody.
Yeah, that's an improper fraction right there.
Tyler failed math. How did Tyler do what math? Well, everyone found out tonight.
This is a weighted.
This is why I was put into basic mathematics skills when I went to community college.
Tyler's still using like
4 and 5/4.
his finger. Tyler's still like, how many fingers I
1,
got?
2,
10?
4, 8, 3,
So why is this movie rated so high?
5.
Why is the movie rated high, Tyler?
Because I've watched it 5 times.
Thank you. I've watched a lot of movies
1
5 times.
robot punch for each watch, and 3/4 because I've laughed my ass off.
I thought it was just 1/4.
I'm confused. Ken, just let it
So
happen.
you keep adding 6
Keep
robot
going, keep
punches
going.
for all.
Why do you keep happening?
18
Let me
robot
keep-
punches.
It's been upgraded to 5 3/4 robot punches.
Yep. Because I do
72
math.
robot punches.
I math good.
So
I
how
do good
many,
math, yes.
How many quarter robot punches is mariachi?
That's a question for Lewis.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask the question that's on everyone's mind. So how many horsepowers would this be?
Well, I'm leaving. See you guys later.
So Lewis, you picked this thing. What do you think?
Oh, I think I would have enjoyed this movie watching it with you guys, but I did not really like this movie. I gave it 1 robot punch.
I made Brittany and Mike watch this movie.
I heard.
Yeah, this movie was.
Did they like it?
Brittany liked it. Brittany told me she loved the movie.
Yeah, this movie was just a tough watch, and I think it was one of those movies where if I think it needs to be a movie where the people watching it have the same energy as you and are as hyped to watch the movie. If you have someone who doesn't want to watch it, this movie then becomes boring and dumb, and then you're like, you can't really enjoy the idiotness of this movie.
Who are you calling?
He's
calling.
He's calling Mike.
Brittany.
Who's calling?
He's calling Mike.
Mike isn't answering.
Of course Mike's not answering. Mike has bad service.
So Lewis, 1? Are you down?
Yep.
Is that it? 1?
1 and done.
This movie, as the example I'm going to use, because I watched them in similar amounts of time, I watched Halloween Kills, which is a brand new movie.
Oh, that was good.
I hated that piece of shit. Halloween Kills was bad. Halloween Kills was boring. It's a middle movie, and the things that from the first movie that were so good, they just left on the table in the second one.
You didn't like Big John and Little John?
Yeah, that was not in the first one, but it was a stupid contrivance.
Oh,
So I then took this movie because it made fun of itself, unlike the new Halloween movie. I thought that at least this movie had the self-righteousness to be like, I'm a bad movie, and I know it, in my opinion. So, 2.5. Because I had fun laughing at certain parts, and it entertained me for an hour and 18 minutes. I'm never going to watch it again, but 2.5.
I think I'm going to watch it tomorrow.
Ken?
I agree with Lewis. 1.
I'm impressed with 1.
Boy, I'm going to have a hard time figuring out the average for robot punches.
Especially if you're number math.
Is it a weighted average or is it?
we're still doing.
I add the numbers together and divide by 4.
Right.
Yeah. Good job.
That's how you do average.
Good job. Good job, buddy.
So you take whatever number you invented for yourself.
5 and what was it? 5 and 8
Ken's
quarters?
doing it right now for you.
5 and 8 quarters?
5 3/10.
Ken is doing it from the math right now, everybody. Live math.
5 9/7.
2.5.
Okay.
2.5625.
Yeah.
So 2.6.
Wow.
Okay.
That's the average.
2.6.
That's not bad.
Can you text that to me? Because I'll forget.
Oh Lord, everybody. That was Velocipastor. That was an event. It's that time of night.
It's
Kids
that time of night.
Kids
It's
not
that time of night.
sing song.
It's that time of night.
It's
It's that time of night. It's that time of
You
night.
can tell Ken's
Woo,
tired,
it's
everybody.
that time of night. It's that time of night.
All right, it's the time of night. You can go to our website, www.thepostermanpodcast.com. You can email us movie suggestions or tell Elijah he's not good at an Australian accent
Quickie.
at thepostermanpodcast@gmail.com.
Our Australian listeners love it.
At Lewis at our Posterman Podcast for our Twitter page, at the Posterman Pod, and tell him how much you like his Blue Chew. Find us on Instagram, the Posterman Podcast,
I'm shocked they didn't
Facebook,
take Treasure Planet.
the Posterman Podcast, YouTube, the Posterman. Watch our stuff. See if these is fun. Go watch it. And then we have a Patreon. Give us $1. Just
Yep.
$1.
Give us money. Give us your money.
Give us your money.
Yeah, just,
Give it. Just $1.
you know,
I'm gonna pick you up by your shoelaces,
Well-
dangle you upside down like a schoolboy, and take your lunch money.
we'll think
Don't
about this.
threaten me with a good time.
I'm
You
gonna
guys
bill
better-
you for your lunch money.
You spend $1 on
Let
coffee.
me just you
You can spend $1 on us.
What was it? The dinosaur line?
Elijah, I need you to undo your pants and grow your dinosaur. I'm going under the table. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.